guess.
It's in the right place.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it logged me out of Twitch or something like that, but the stream chat went down. It was still streaming and shit like that, so I mean that's good, but whatever. We're back at her. Oh, I gotta fucking mute that for a second there. Okay, everybody's back. We got all our dudesters.
Still can't find Clunge anywhere.
Clunge was the little crow-looking dude.
I've even looked on. Yeah,
he's a crow-looking dude.
I even looked on the floor in case it dropped him, but I can't find him.
Wow.
Maybe you need to work on yourself and your personality, and then Clunge will be available.
He just gave up and dropped himself.
All right. Control V. I'm doling out the hero coins for that completing the last adventure. Everybody has their.
Oh, I found Clunge. He's just off the edge of the sheet over here, or the table.
Clunge.
Here, I'll put it back.
Thank you.
He's at the road now.
Clunge is all pissed drunk off the table behind the bar.
All right, my hot wife bring me some hot coffee. You found Clunge?
Yeah, he's in the street.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
He's trying to make extra coin on the street.
Control C.
Is Darren in there? I don't know if he is.
Yeah, he was trying to pay Clunge on the street.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Make it sort of a giant life size.
20 coin, eh?
Who's Wanda?
Here we go. I'll just bring in.
Where's my mate, Eric?
Wanda Buttersworth?
Eric?
Butterthighs? Wanda Butterthighs is the proprietor of the Guzzling Gator. Her husband is bartender Minge, and barmaid Slovakia is an employee. Minge and Wanda have a child together that you've been hearing about, whose name is Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy is like a little street urchin looking kid. He's kind of like a little hobo dressed, kind of little dudester, but he has this weird ability to sort of not so much vanish from one spot and appear in the other, but he's like just weirdly fast and sort of like, you know, the second you're not paying attention to him, he just sort of disappears and appears in another place. Like you never see him go from point A to point B, but he's just oddly, weirdly fast. And you know, people have seen him, you know.
Right. I want to chat up Wanda unless you have something else you want to do.
Okay, well, we go around the table here. So we're, you guys have all showed up at the Guzzling Gator, and you know, the bartender and stuff like that. He's picking the doors up. Minge is grabbing the doors. He's cleaning shit up. Wanda is washing the Lizard King or the Lizard folks muddy tracks out of the inn and shit like that. Slovakia is getting you guys some ale and some food. The hearth gets fired up. The kegs are tapped, and you're all hanging out at the Guzzling Gator for maybe the rest of the day. While you recover from your trek through the swamp. Rufus, you got half a day, buddy, and a good solid night's sleep before you guys decide to depart. I guess we're heading back to New Haven is the plan. You've got to hand the book back into Walmsley. You got to go check on little Jimmy. Wanda Butterthighs has sort of walked up to you, being that you're the captain of the group. You know what I mean? You're sort of the most authoritative figure. She's like, I do hope that the Red Plume are treating little Jimmy well. He's kind of got those sticky fingers. I don't know if you noticed, but he's a slippery little boy. You know, it's the only reason that he's survived this long is because you know, he's so fast. All the other children have been eaten by the gators in the swamp, and you know, they've been plucked off by the sturges that come down to the trees. But that little Jimmy, he's quick as a whip. That little fella.
Well, the sergeant in arms there that we sent him back with, he's a good fellow, and you know, with the orphanage there's a lot of good people back in New Haven who would be able to have kept their eye on little Jimmy. I'm sure they've dealt with other little Jimmies around that they know what they're doing. He should be fine.
Oh, that's good news. That's great to hear. Now, I'd be tasking you to go back to New Haven and bring Jimmy back to me if you're not having anything else on your plate, if you're not too busy.
Well, we do have one task to complete, but I can most certainly, escort little Jimmy back once we're done back at town with our current business, anyways.
Oh, that would be lovely. You're such a sweetheart, Rufus. Never have I met such a kind man in all me days. What are you going to be doing while you're here, old Roofster? You have a little chat with Wanda?
Well, I mean, he's got swamp muck in places that didn't even know existed. So he's taken full advantage of the hot steam bath. He is just kicking back, and again, he's still fully enamored as to how this entire thing went down and how good of a job everything just kind of fell into place, and he's just going to enjoy, just kind of embrace, and just kind of sit back and just enjoy, have some drinks with everyone, kind of let his guard down, I guess. Just kind of be one of the guys, be one of the group, instead of always being on guard, instead of always being on duty. He's going to let his hair down a little bit.
All right, fantastic. I'm not going to make you make a roll for that, but because you're just sort of chilling on your own accord, you're like not a care in the world. We're going to give you the benefit of your next roll is going to be easy. So just make a mark of that somewhere. You're chilling, you're relaxing, things are going well. You've had a hot bath, a hot shower, you're clean. You got that swamp gunge out of your cod piece. Your red plume is now red once again. Yeah, you're shining your armor, just hanging out for the rest of the day. Everything is peaceful. You've been served a great meal. Clunge, we finally found Clunge. Oh wait,
we have, and Clunge is with it. Clunge is with his Eric.
Yeah,
and he says to Eric, "Eric, man, you got to get some more of this beer in. I feel like I'm floating in this pub, you know."
He's like, "Yeah, man." Me too. He's like, I was stuck in that cage forever. I started drying out and getting the shivers. But yeah, man, Carl, ever since we've been back, I've been feeling like high as a kite, my man. This is the best day ever. Woohoo, Carl. He's like, hey, I don't suppose you got any of them magic tricks up your sleeve that you could show me like the good old days. Ha ha!
Oh, go and get me 3 pints then, and I'll show you the trick again. Go on.
He comes out with 2 pints on his hand and 1 pint on his fully turgid wiener. He's like, I tried to put it in my mouth, dude, but the handle's sideways, right? So yeah, he sticks his crotch out in your general area. He's like, here, take this one.
Oh, Clunge will take it with both hands and the pint.
Okay, all right. He's like, you're a good dude. You're a good dude. All right, what do you got for a magic trick for me?
Right, how many pints have we got here now?
3. He counts really slowly. He looks at them, and he looks at he's like, 1, 2, 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're going down on me, are you?
Oh, you got him to go on the floor.
There we go.
It's magic.
It is.
All right.
Show me. So Clunge picks up the middle pint. He says, "That's your pint. This is my pint, and this is our pint." And then he'll neck the middle pint down again.
All right.
Where did our pint go? It disappeared again.
Carl, make me a charisma check to see if you can swindle him or if he catches on to your tricks this time. He's not the brightest stick in the mud. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, neither am I.
Oh, that's a full-on duff. Carl is taken aback, or no, Eric is taken aback. He looks at you for a second. He's like, dude, you just totally swizzled our beer. That's not cool.
Know.
That's kind of funny, isn't it? That's kind of a dick move, Carl. I thought we were friends, man. And he just turns around and walks away. Yeah, he's gonna go. He goes and sits down over here, and he starts sulking at the table.
Have you hovered over Eric recently?
Yes, I just saw that it says Eric the drunk. Oh, wait a second. Nicer than sober Gary. Fucking jerks. Mercy wanted to have a conversation with Wanda Butterthighs. So she's out front on the street here. She's down here a little bit right now.
All
And
right, all
you
right.
come out, you approach. She's sort of sweeping these tracks that are on the ground. She's trying to sweep them up and get rid of them, clean up the place a little
What are
bit.
these tracks?
They are lizard men footprints that have been tracked into the bar and tracked down the street. So she looks at you. She's like, "Oh, hello, dearie. What can I do for you?"
Wanda, is it?
Well, yes, Wanda Buttersworth. Not Butter's thighs, like I've heard the whispers. I'll tell you what, sweet, I may be a bigger, plumper girl, but these sweet thighs are velvety smooth.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I am merciful daughter of Ira. I am the cleanser of the lands and champion of the swamp, and admirer of large-breasted innkeepers.
Well, if that's the situation, my name is Wanda Buttersworth, proprietor of the Great Guzzling Gator on the mighty trade route between the lands of New Haven and the lands over that way, which I've never been to, but yes, I've been here for many years. This Guzzling Gator here has been in our family for many generations, and I'm just one in a long chain of Buttersworths that have been proud to call this place not only my home, but my business. And I do have the biggest bajoobies.
Well, I like to extend Ira's grace everywhere that I go. Would you like for Ira to grace your establishment for 1d4 days?
Is that how long you're planning on? I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. Are you hitting on me there, young lass?
Well, I like to provide a service for every wonderful creature in Ira's great kingdom.
She blushes a little, still not quite sure what you're after. She's like, "Oh, providing a service, are you now, sweetie? Oh, goodness."
Of course. Well, I mean, I have a little problem, though. The more wine that I ingest, it increases it to 1d8 days.
Oh, really? So tell me more about these blessings that you're going to cast upon me.
Oh, it creates great fortune and health to those who enter and reside at the establishment. It's a wonderful blessing.
Oh, that sounds absolutely lovely, dearie. And after everything that we've been through with the lizard men and coming in and taking our establishment and trying to burn the place down to the ground, I could use all the blessings I could get. Now, is this going to cost me a bit of money, or are we just talking? Would you like some extra wine?
Ira's blessings are for all, even those that are unfortunate. However, with plenty of wine, I can increase the potency of the blessings.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Daryl.
It's usually the wine decreases.
It's just the way,
I'm just saying
it's
wine.
just the way Ira made me. I can't help it.
Well, that sounds lovely, and considering that your friends inside there and yourself too, with your mighty broom that you've got there, have saved us all from what could have been potentially disastrous effects and maybe the mouths of a great and evil black dragon that's now in the area here. I'm quite sure that you can have all of the wine that you can set yourself upon. You be sure. I'll be sure
thank
to.
you, Wanda. I'll go bless the establishment. Thank you.
Make me a charisma check while you're there. Actually, is what I should have done.
Alright.
You see if you can sort of persuade her into a thing. And don't roll a 1, eh? Come on.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Bada boom. All right, that is a
14,
full-on success. Yeah, she is like, you tell me, hubby, bartender Minge inside there, that I said that you can have not only a bottle of the finest, but all of the, as much of the other regular folks' wine as you like. And she kind of comes over here and peeks in the door, and she waves at Minge as you walk in, and she sort of gives him some kind of hand signal like he needs to take care of you, right? She points at you.
All right.
So yeah, Minge goes down into the cellars beneath the Guzzling Gator. He comes back up with just an old looking dusty bottle. He blows it off and he looks at you and he's like, "Me wife's been giving me the signal that I'm to give this to you." So he comes over and he sets this beautiful bottle of wine down on the table. It's probably one of the most magnificent things that you've ever tasted. I don't know if I have a wine bottle or I got some kind of prop or something like that, but we'll just theater of the mind this sucker as Minge drops it on the table in front of you, and he's like, "Let me get you one of our finest glasses." And he goes over to the shelf where they keep, and he's looking around.
I'm already drinking it up.
Yeah. He looks back over at you. He's like, and he yells across the bar. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, love. It appears that all of the glassware has been broken. You'll have to use one of them." Oh, never mind. Would you like a
use this fancy glass?
Yeah? Would you like a paper bag for that?
No, I'm sleeping good tonight.
All right. So fantastic. You you get your drunk on for the rest of the day. You're feeling good. Shit's looking up. Bredner, you got a day and a half, or half a day and a good night's sleep before we set sail for New Haven.
Sweet. I want breakfast.
That's it?
The biggest breakfast you had, and a piece of paper, and a horse and a rider.
Dearie, Wanda says to you, perhaps I could send Minge off for, or she looks over at Eric. She's like, "No, he's too drunk." Maybe because you guys did bring actually quite a few, horses and cattle and stuff like that back out of the swamps with you. Perhaps you could persuade one of the locals to maybe give you a horse or something like that. But unfortunately, as you can see, they were all taken into the swamps, and we don't have any livestock here right now. We're going to have to be going into town and selling some of our finest bottles of wine, minus that one there, and she points at Mercy, in order to get some money together to buy some new pigs and some and such. But if you just go down the road to old Harry Winklebottom's farm, I'm sure he'd be nice enough to supply you with some horses.
Okay. I will go to the Winklebottom farm.
All right. Let's just give me some charisma as you go down, talk to Winklebottom and see what he has to say.
That's a 15.
Wow, that's a success. Winklebottom's pretty happy. He's like, "I tell you what, I'll send me son along, and you can take the horses, ride them up to New Haven. I'll give you one for each of your team. And when we get to the town of New Haven and you get yourself situated and dropped off, I'll just have me son come and bring the horses back. So just consider them a loaner. We do need them for work around the farm and such, but
sure.
Absolutely.
Bring back lots of lumber here with those horses.
Oh, I'm to be needing it too. He points at his barn where you can see the door's been sort of smashed off and hanging off its hinges. It's a bit of timber and shit like that right now. And you can see that even the house has got a makeshift front door on it where the lizard men broke in. He's like, "Oh, don't think for a second that we're not needing that lumber. And if you bring some down this way, I'll be buying as much as I can get me hands on with me mere farmer's wage."
Right, but we can take barter and trade and land. It's fine.
Are you wanting to barter for the horses then? Maybe you could keep them.
No, I mean for the lumber.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Should I just talk to Wanda when you've got everything situated?
Oh yes, that'd be great.
All right, then get the fuck off me land, you prick.
Okay.
Darren, what are you doing?
Pretty much in the same vein as Rufus. He's been in the swamp for days. He's fucking dirty, tired, famished. So he'll probably clean up, take some sort of a bath somewhere, get all the grunge out of him, clean up his clothes, clean himself up a bit. And then he's going to get some food in short order, and then a pile of ale. He'll probably sit next to Rufus and put his feet up as well, just relaxing. R&R.
Right. Fantastic.
Not much.
Chilling like a villain. As you're sitting there chilling like a villain, you notice that Merchant Saul, he comes in from outside. He sits down at the table. He grabs himself some of the free beverage from the keg that's tapped, and he's crying up a storm. "I've lost everything."
I walk up to him.
Yeah, before you even get to him, as he looks over to you, he's holding his ale up. He's like, I appreciate you coming and saving me from the Lizard King, but truth be told, I've lost everything. He points out, he's like, look, Mercantile Swamp Buggy is nothing more than a broken cart in a street of lost dreams. And he takes a great big swig of his ale. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've lost everything. I got no place to sell me wares. Oh, woe be me, if I only had a few coins to rebuild. And he takes a swig of his beer as he looks at you.
I thought we had coins, didn't we?
You
Didn't
guys
we bring
do.
some with us for the town?
You guys have coins. He's got no coins.
Well,
No,
there's-
I'm talking
there's
about the chest of
250
coins.
that were supposed to be for reparations.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have helped. That would have been part of it.
Well, he says, I guess after that note, he'll probably put the chest on the table and says, this is for the town. This is amongst you to decide who gets what, but you're probably entitled to your fair share. This will help rebuild your shop. You can rebuild again, sir. Have courage. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You can become a merchant again.
Oh, Saul stands up. He comes. He walks towards you and he falls to his knees, sobbing at your feet. He starts kissing your feet. He's like, "Oh, mercy of the good Lord!" And he makes up the name of some lord or some god or whatever. Oh, I never thought that this would happen. I thought I was going to be broke and destitute and forced to work in the slave mines to make me. Oh, and he's just rambling on about all of this bullshit. He's happy as a pig and shit.
I stop him halfway through and I just grab him and I just lift him up and sit him down at the bench with me and at the table with me and Rufus. And I say, settle down, my man. You'll be fine.
Oh,
You're good now and have a drink.
Tears of joy stream down his face as he sobs, a merciful thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. I can't believe the good fortune of seeing you guys and helping us out like this. Oh, I'll be sure to pay back every coin and spread the good word. And he says, I don't suppose that you guys have a name for your group, do you? Are you like the Hell Fury of New Haven or something cool like that? Do you that I could tell people? No.
I look at Rufus. How the fuck do I know? Don't make me come up with a name. You don't want me to come up with a name right now.
We need a bard.
Oh, I'll be sure to sing the praises of the mighty Darren and his magical bow that shoots electricity in every town up and down the tradeway. You'll be known far and wide. Oh, and he just sobs as he sort of turns back to his drink and he ends up getting shit faced.
I just look at him and say, you might not want to do that. There's a couple people I owe money to, so let's keep that in and down low. You know what I mean? Thanks, anyways.
Right. Oh, it's like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Darren. I totally know what you mean. Rufus, it is then. The mighty Rufus, Red Plume of New Haven, the guard that came from the mighty town of New Haven and saved our lives.
No, it's not overly necessary. Thank you for the accolades. However, we're just doing
you
our
speak
job.
for yourself.
Rufus of the clean jock.
Now Clunge over there. Now that's a fellow who I think a story needs to be sung about.
Oh yes.
Now
Okay.
Clunge deserves a story. I mean, look at that strapping fellow over there. Look at that epitome of heroism. I think that's
truly
your guy right there. That's
truly
true heroism.
a true hero's right, a warrior and a bastion of freedom.
Oh,
But it'll cost you a few pints.
Saul's like, oh, he goes, you don't have any hidden secrets that I need to know about. Spreading the word of the mighty Clunge, the great warrior that set the patrons of the Guzzling Gator free in the swamps, in the Muckmire swamps. Certainly you don't have a problem with me singing the tales of the mighty Clunge, do you?
As long as you don't forget about the dragon we slayed, that's all right. You can sing whatever you want.
Okay, so he looks at you for a second. He's like, he takes some notes. Dragon it is. And writes it all down. Everybody gets a nice solid drunken stupor going on. You spend the night resting in the Guzzling Gator. Throughout the night, the people are working around. Minge, he's working on the front doors to get them sort of sealed back up, trying to fix some things. Slovacia, she's cleaning the place out. She's, sweeping the floors and doing all that. Eric the drunk is sitting at the table. He ends up passing out in tears, but you can see that every once in a while he looks over at Clunge and he's like, fucking Clunge. I thought we were friends. and now he's no longer calling you Carl. He's like, Clunge, that scumbag. He's mumbling to himself to the other patrons. All right. So, as the night passes, look, I can turn the fucking night to skaboosh.
Oh,
Right?
Oof.
look at that.
Night.
That's like magic. That's day to night.
Right?
It's almost like it's real.
Night
We should
descends.
worship that thing that floats in the sky.
Daytime. Nighttime.
Nighttime.
Wow.
Daytime.
Like daytime, nighttime. guys.
Nighttime. The next
I put
morning.
down my alcohol. What the hell happened?
The next morning, everybody gets up fully refreshed, fully recharged, and ready to travel the merchant road back to the town of New Haven on your mighty steeds that are really nothing more than donkeys and mules. But
Yes.
oops,
Pack mules.
I don't want Clunge. Horse black, Control C. Doot. All right.
All the gear.
Mine
all
is
the
a
treasure.
heavenly steed.
Yes,
blessed
it
by
is.
Ira herself.
Fantastic. Okay. We are going to do a bit of a cutscene. I'm not going to bother going around the table because we've already done it twice. We're just going to do split scene. Everybody gets on the horses, and it is a day's travel along the merchant road before you arrive in the town of New Haven. I will take Clunge
Black.
because apparently he's useless and can't fucking figure out how to deal with himself. Darren,
Yeah, Billy. We kind of just pour Clunge onto the horse.
okay.
Yep, pour me on.
Mercy goes on to red. Everybody's got their character off this map so I can pack it up.
Oh,
And
I'm
hopefully,
taking the horse with me.
okay, here we go. Packing the
Oh, man,
map.
you can't,
You
can't
want?
take the horse. Oh,
Here we go. There.
I want my horse.
I'll unlock them.
Got it. Come
Yes. Fuck yeah.
I got a horse.
Yeah. You already gave us the horses. You can't take them away.
The patrons of the Guzzling Gator all come out and wish you farewell. Merchant Saul waves. Eric the drunk comes out, and he's somewhat sober. And you see a teary-eyed Eric the drunk wave. He's like, "I'm sorry for last night, Carl. You did save my life." He's already shit-faced too, right? I mean, it's fucking breakfast time, and he's 3 sausages and a 10 pints of beer into his morning. He kind of chucks up on the pavement bits of sausage and egg. He's like, "I'll be fine, Eric or Carl. Don't worry about me. You could just leave me here."
Does he reevaluate his life and start writing RPGs?
Aw, poor guy.
Maybe, yeah, I guess maybe he does. And we say goodbye to the Guzzling Gator. Pack and zone.
Oh,
Magic.
Man, that place caused us a lot of trouble.
All right.
All that for a couple free pints.
Yeah.
Let's go to Alfheim, New Haven.
Mind you, Mercy got the good stuff from the cellar.
Yeah, and I did hardly nothing to earn
Okay.
What? Tens of minutes.
It's the best way.
it.
Thus
See, it all
concludes
worked out.
the adventure known as what was that one called? That was called Into the
Drums
Swamps.
in the marsh.
Drums in the Marsh, yes.
Oh.
That is what it was called. DDX 17. So we're 7 adventures into this bitch, and now we're going to start on the next one.
How many are in a season, Gary? Is it 10?
Just give me
So
half a second
interesting.
and I will tell you. Because under my drive-through RPG, if I go to my Dungeons and Dragons section, D&D, where is Dungeons and Dragons? Right here.
It's after Call of Cthulhu.
Third party. Fourth
It's
edition.
after Cock.
Fifth edition. Adventure League.
Before Erection.
Tyranny of Dragons. So we're on Drums of the Marsh. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more adventures. We're about 50% of the way through.
Jesus.
I'm
I
going to
can't
try and
remember typically how many they put in a season, those things. Whether
Yeah.
it was like a 10 or a dozen or I
Yep.
think it's hit and miss, to be honest with you.
Yep, there's about a dozen of them, and we're going on to number 8, which is going to start now. So, after an uneventful trip along the Mercantile Road, you guys end up with your gigantic fucking horses. This guy's, he's fatigued right all, you rode him hard for the last day. He comes into town,
Point Black, the horse.
shit is not looking up for him.
You fucking dogs. That's awesome.
Rufus.
I want my...
Yep.
You guys appear in town. As you're entering into the town, Knight Alid Burl approaches, and she's like, "Rufus, where have you been?" Actually, she's a lady. She's like, "Rufus, where have you been? You have been missed greatly these last couple of days. You've been gone now for 4, 5, 6 days. What news have you of the of your missing in action?"
Well, we've actually, if you recall, Alid, you tasked us to work and retrieve these books, with which we retrieved 2, and we've actually successfully just retrieved the 3rd. We're on our way to Walmsley now to hand him back his property.
Oh, that is fantastic news. So all of the books have been safely retrieved.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're just on our way, trotting back in town, just on our way in to hand it over to him.
Well, that is good news. Good news indeed. I'm sure Walmsley will be quite appreciative. What have you guys done with the other books? You have to refresh my memory. Do you still have all of them, or did you took some back to the library, right?
Yeah, there was the 3 main ones. We handed them back to their owners. So I'm pretty sure Thad's got his book on. I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name. Ranger Rick there. And then
Ren the Ranger.
We gave the other one back to Wonder Canoodle.
Yep. So Brudnir has
the last one on the list was this one. I'm sure there was other books, but the 3 main ones we've already handed back to their own. Well, we're about to hand the 3rd one back to their owner.
Right, and Brudnir has that book, I believe, and it is called. It has something to do with lore and legions, or the hierarchy of
something along those lines. Yeah, return. Yeah, so we've already given back the Wonder Canoodle book, had Aslap's book. I just can't remember what the name of the last one was. Yeah, some along those lines, tales of
I thought you wrote it in your notes. I thought you were better than this, and then it turns out that
I've got it in. I've actually got it in
Lords and Lineages.
That's it.
That's what
I
it's
got
called.
it in Thazit's notes.
Yes. Oh, I got you. Lords and Lineages. So that's the last book. Brudnir has this book. Alid's like, good news. Have you any other word from the Merchant's Trail to speak of? Anything of interest happened while you were been away, or has it been that long since you've been into the swamps and retrieved the book from that scoundrel? What was that guy's name again? Nobody? No takers?
No. Hold on. What's the dude's name?
Wasn't Spurnick.
Gorslok.
No.
All right.
Fuck around.
I can't remember.
We'll figure. He's the guy
that long ago. Yeah.
You left him in the swamps, basically tied up. I think.
Not Bill Magoo. What the hell was that guy's name? Walmsley, Wonder Canoodle. Hold on. We count on Charles for this kind of stuff.
You're right, fucking guy. Okay, so yeah, you sort of fill in Night Lead on the details of what's going on, what's happening, and the general gist is then now that you're back in town, what do you want to do? Because you're playing Rufus right now, but you still have Thazit. Now Thazit's recovering at the graveyard in the in the Kelumvirites, the care of the Kelumvirites, because you were resurrected from the dead. Is this the point at which the party says goodbye to Rufus and we bring Thazit back?
Yeah, let's retire Rufus for now. Make him as an NPC or something.
Okay, Rufus Cleanjack. You can say your farewells to the party, and we'll just put you over here with this group.
Yeah.
So
he's back to the shit recruit work. He had his time as an adventurer. Now he's back to doing bullshit new guy work.
All right, fantastic. Okay, thus now, can you change color?
Let's see if I can do this. Change color, and where it
Yellow. There you go.
Bam. Suck it. Like
All
that.
right. I'm going to give you this turn, to say your farewells to your party member. If you want to do some heart-warming role playing, you want to give out some kisses to Darren and your new friend,
kisses,
Clunge.
Darren. No, that's blowies all the way. Are you kidding?
Woohoo!
Yoo-hoo!
Anything you spent last night?
It was great. It was great. Working with everyone. I'm glad you all helped us help the Red Plumes with this task at hand. You've certainly made me a better officer of the Red Plume for Red Haven, and I value our friendship greatly. However, Red Plume's job is never done, and it's back to work with me, and I hope to see you all in the future tier.
Sweet. Okay, Pete goes first, man. Pete Clunge, you got anything you want to say to your old buddy Rufus before he disappears?
Thanks, man. I've learned an awful lot for you, and I'll never forget you. What did you say? Rufus, that was it. Rufus, yeah. I won't forget you, Rufus.
Nice.
Mercy, you're up. Go and go fast. Say your pieces, your goodbyes, your deals to Rufus.
Farewell, dear Rufus. May Ira guide you on your journeys. And I love that red cloak that you have. Otherwise, I hardly knew ye.
Oh, fantastic! So he gives you a curt bow, I'm assuming. Brudnir,
Yep.
I shake my broom at him.
Right, Brudnir. You've been with
That's
Rufus
his
the longest.
tradition.
I feel like Charles is just going to give you the big fuck you, Rufus, and that's going to be it.
Yep.
But lay it on him.
Nothing escapes a swamp of what we did. Tell nothing.
So I'm sure Rufus, you guys will always have sort of an in with the Red Plumes, and Darren, seeing as how that's it.
Well, mate, it's been real. Been a lot of fun with you at our side. You got a steady shield and an even better sword arm, and you have one hell of a good drinking companion. So whenever you get a few nights off, we can still hit the pub. Anyways, anytime you want to come back, you always got a spot here. You know that, eh?
Maybe when it's time to retire and move into adventuring full time. Absolutely.
That's right.
Oh, sweet. As you guys are saying your sweet farewells, down the street comes Thazit. Refreshed, renewed, revigored, but he looks changed for some reason. He
What is he's the woman?
That's she.
All right, Thazit. Thazit walks down the
Dwarf,
street,
how can you tell?
meeting up with his old buddies. Take it away, Thazit.
Oh, Thazit. Yeah. Shit, does he remember anybody left? I guess he remembers Darren and Brudnir.
Yep, those were long-term
After all
compatriots.
that, and it's like, oh look, there's Darren and Brudnir. What have you guys been up to? It's been, how long has it been? I mean, geez, last I saw you guys, we were duking it out in this alleyway. Like, what have I missed? How long have I been out for?
Quite a long time, actually, but I'm fucking glad to see her among the living, eh? Oh,
So
come here.
What do you mean among the living? What exactly happened here? And he rubs and he rubs his. He's got a spot in his chest, a scarred spot in his chest where Brudner's iron fist went through.
Well, let's just say you were drinking some pints, some dwarven ale up in the temple way above for a while. But you right now you're right as rain, so fuck that shit.
Well, that kind of sounds a little odd for me, but yeah, you know what? That makes perfect sense.
And
I can't argue with that.
Clunge will come over and says, Clunge will come over and say, "I've not met you before, but has anyone ever told you you sound a bit like a dude called Rufus?"
Oh, you'll find in these parts we all sound the same.
All right.
You all sound the same to me.
Your glorious reunion is quickly interrupted by a voice from behind you. Harold Walmsley is coming. He's like, "Right, you there?" And he points directly at the group of you. He's like, "Where's my fucking book? How long do you expect me to wait to get my stuff? This is unacceptable. Do you know who I am? I'm Harold Walmsley the third in my heritage, and I demand my book back right immediately, as soon as possible." He's got a bunch of his own personal guard with him as well. He's like, "I sent you into the swamp to retrieve that book some time ago, and I don't know why, but it appears to me via the sage," and you know of the sage that he's talking about, which is all questions answered. Delacray Gentleblossom is the sage in the background. This is for Vey kind of a deal with all questions answered. You guys have never used her before, but for coin you can get answers, hidden truths and stuff like that. Possibly even the right amount of coin will get you the real truth. He's like, "I sent my men down to retrieve that book from that bloody guzzling gator area in the swamplands, and they returned telling me that you had not retrieved it from the swamps, that dastardly fool that had stolen it from me. Well, if it wasn't for my better sense, I thought to myself, there's no way that those fools could not have retrieved my book, and Delacray Gentleblossom confirmed it when I sought out her counsel, and for good coin, I saw through her scrying eyes the truth of the matter, and it turns out that you do have my book. Now, I demand that you hand it over immediately, or there will be some serious consequences." And he looks at you, Clunge, because you're first in the lineup now, buddy.
So sorry. What did you say? I missed all that. Can you just say it again? I was just cleaning my ears out.
He stomps his foot up and down. He's like, "You heard me very well. Hand over my book, Lords and Lineages, immediately. I have it on very good authority that it is in your possession, even though you denied my soldiers the truth. Now, hand it over, or upon punishment of some kind of punishment that I will exact upon you when the red plumes aren't around, you will pay dearly for not handing that book over." Excuse me.
Clunge turns to the rest of the party and said, "Will someone just give him his book and make this stop?"
"Right." And he holds his hand out. "Which one of you fools has my book?" Anybody? Bueller? He points at you, Mercy. He's like, "What about you, lady? Not that you look like you've got anything worth value upon you, you mere peasant." And he spits on the ground at your feet. "I don't know."
How dare you? This broom is priceless.
"I care not for your shanty broom. I have brooms made of the finest feathers from the hilltops of," and he rambles on about some elaborate broom that he has that made from some sweet feathers of some rare, and that broom looks like it's made from leftover shitty hay and a broken stick that you found shoved up somebody's ass. And he points at you, Brudner. He's like, "Possibly this despicable fool." Now,
What's wrong with that? I mean, it's still a fine broom.
Yes, it smells like shit, though. Not like the sweet feathers of the great griffins of the northern peaks. Now, my book, and he points at you, Charles. Hand it over immediately.
How does he break fourth wall and point to me?
He just does.
Who's Charles?
Right? I don't even know.
Oh, sorry,
What's going on?
Brett. Did I say Charles?
I
Brenda,
don't know.
you
Oh.
fool! I'll not have none of your tongue. Do you know who I am? How many times must I say it? Harold Walmsley the Third. You shan't.
Walmsley.
You
I
shan't.
hung out on your patio before. Don't you
Yes.
remember? We pissed on people.
Yes, we did. Those were good times. It's one of my favorite things to do. Nothing I enjoy more than pissing and spitting on the peasantry as they walk by. You're quite familiar with it. Now, where's my book?
I will look over to Rufus and say, "Are we okay to release it?"
Oh, absolutely. I don't see why we can't give him back his book. Job's done. We've accomplished our task at hand.
Okay, I'll say it's over on the horse.
Okay, so Walmsley just sort of walks right past you.
I will trip him.
Gives you. Oh, you're gonna try. Oh, roll dex,
Whoa,
buddy.
whoa, whoa. I'd like to do a coordinated action. While he's tripping him, I'm just going to casually turn around and let one rip.
What you're gonna fart on Walmsley?
Yeah, as he's falling.
It's an 18.
Oh, Walmsley falls face down in the dirt. Okay, so you successfully trip him, but let's say that I want you to roll me a
The
dexterity
20
check,
guards.
and yeah, so that you tripped him. He successfully fell down in the mud, but now I want to. Should we do charisma to make it seem like you? Yeah, roll me charisma, and if you succeed on this check, he doesn't realize that you tripped him. He'll just think that he tripped on a. Oh
Nice.
shit, man!
Sorry, I rubbed
It's
off on you.
on.
Walmsley goes down. He fucking falls onto the street. He gets mud all over his cloak. He rolls over and stands up and immediately faces you. He's like, "Do you think for 1 second that I will let this go? How dare you trip?"
I just did.
Oh, what buffoonery! What foolishness! Do you know what you have done? Your lives are forfeit. He whispers into your general direction. You will pay for this, or I am not Harold Walmsley the Third. As
Blah,
some
blah,
of the.
blah, 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 blah.
All right, I see how it is. I see how it
Come
is.
along.
Were it not for the red plume standing right here, your lives would already be mine. He walks over to the horse. He grabs his book, and he disappears. You guys have just made fucking mortal enemies with Sir Harold Walmsley.
Sir Pompous Windbag.
I'm pretty sure he needs to pay us for the job done. That was part of the contract.
Okay, what was the deal on that? Was it 50 coin?
Yeah, something like that. Sure.
So
Yeah.
he grabs his book.
Did he not pay us?
He grabs his book out of the horse. He pockets it, and he reaches into his pocket, and he's got a pouch of coins, and he walks over to where one of the horses is taking a shit on the street, and he pours your coins onto the pile of horse shit, and then throws the bag down. He's like, "Here's your payment. I shall suffer you fools no longer." And he takes his book and his guards, and they walk back into his house. And you just hear the door slam shut. Cool.
Can someone please
Fuck
explain
him
to me
anyways.
what just happened?
Go ahead and explain to Mercy what happened, guys.
Oh, we insulted a rich motherfucker.
Yes, with a veritable army of his own.
Who cares? We've done worse.
Okay, I love it. That is fucking fantastic. So,
I didn't do it. Just saying. I farted though. We agreed to do it. Well, we kind of begrudgingly helped him on a few tasks, but I mean, as you can see, the man is insufferable.
Yes.
He's an insufferable, pompous lout.
He's a dick.
The Walmsleys that are up on top of the roof here, this is usually where they take their meals. They have a little perch up in the roof, and anytime you walk by, they spit down upon the common folk and shit like that. And the two of them just make, sort of awful comments like, "Oh, look at the clothes on that little Welch there. Patooey." And, they just make rude comments about the common folks. "Look at the hair. Oh, this bitch looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in some time. Oh, jeez." And that's kind of what they have been doing the entire time, right up until one of their books was stolen, at which point they
I'll do
hired the
that when I
crew.
go to the circus.
So
It's a bit like Beverly Hills then.
Mm-hmm.
as you guys are, telling Mercy about what is, happening in the town, familiarizing yourself with the place, you've got the Red Plumes Guard Tower, where you will now find Rufus. You've got the Walmsleys, their mansion. This building over here is the mayor's office. And the mayor of this town is Mayor Chumpcheck. You're going to meet him shortly. You've got Lauren Latte, which is where this is the library. This is Cockburn Grocery down here, where Tad Staslep has, like, he sells mercantile stuff and shit like that. Hearts, Herbs, and Eggs is in the back. You can go buy any kind of
Hearts or herbs or
potion stuff like that. And she sells eggs and shit like that too. The Tinker Shop is right here.
Organic store is what that one is.
Yep. So you can, if you want things tinkered with, like you can, imbue magical items like that amulet, that whatever, you can imbue that into a sword and blend things together and do stuff like that. There's Jack's Blacksmithy, Wonder Cadoodle Shop. He's the magic guy of the town. So he's the mage, like the sage of the town. Any kind of magical supplies that you need, scrolls, spells, magic items, that kind of stuff, you can wheel and deal with him. And
Looks
here
like a lightsaber.
we have the beautiful Ruby Arrow, which is the town tavern. And then this Temple of the Gods is just because we use generic, right? It's just, anybody can go worship here. It's a temple to all of the gods. And that is sort of the lowdown of the town of New Haven. Now, you guys are sort of hanging out in the front here, talking. You're dealing with Charles, or not with Charles, with Charles, or Charles Walmsley. And Harold. As Harold wanders off back to his place, you're looking down the road and you notice that there's a group of people hanging outside the Ruby Arrow. There seems to be some kind of commotion going on inside the Ruby Arrow. Some of the townsfolk are coming in. There's a bit of a commotion going on around the area. I'm going to take you guys, put you in a pile over here.
Oh, I feel violated.
Sorry. I went to the shift one. Take me back to my side of the table.
Grab your hands, Gary. Grab your hands.
Sorry. We are going to
You'll get
build.
used to it being abused by him.
Yeah. We are bringing the horses inside, though, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Elite import.
That's when you pay a premium for the inside stable or for the inside care.
Where do we go to the entrance?
The horse spa.
This fucking pain in the butt bush has been causing me some grief. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Pick yourselves up. Throw yourselves down at the entranceway. If you can find yourselves in the pile of stuff over there. As you guys walk into the bar, Mercy can go first, followed by Darren. We've got Clunge. We've got the disinterested guard. He is not going to be in there. Oops. Knight Alid. Bunch of horses.
Daryl, can you move Thazit off your sheet?
Sorry?
Can you move Thazit off your sheet? Because I can't touch him because he's on
Oh.
here.
Why is he on my sheet?
Because that's where Gary threw him. He's right here. No, that's a horse. I know it's close.
Yeah, I know, but hold on a second.
Hold on.
I'll go grab him.
There he is. Is that him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whee! He's sitting on a... There he is.
All right, so do we have
Oh,
everybody
kind of.
inside? There's Thazit. Thazit's looking kind of huge. There's no horses allowed in the bar.
They're
Aw.
allowed to stay out there. They're not allowed in here. We don't serve their kind.
All right. Why are you guys like interconnected like that?
They're friends.
Celebration.
See that? That's a
Bit
little.
of docking.
That is a little weird and creepy. Clunge, you walk into the bar. Mayor
Yes.
Chumpcheck is in the corner of the bar, and he is talking to Brother Cleef. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Brother Cleef or not, but Brother Cleef is a Kellamverite. He's one of the guys that has hired the rest of the crew, like the people that have been here from the beginning. You're familiar with them because you've done adventures with him. Something's up with this fucking Thazit model, and I think I want to get rid of that one because it's just looking weird.
Wasn't here for long, was he?
Thazit Stairmaster. There you go.
He's dead again.
Skaboosh.
Oh, my dog's here.
Thazit dies a lot, dude.
Okay. So Brother Cleef is having sort of a heated conversation with fucking you guys, man. I'm telling you, killing me. I feel the threat, streets and trites, and
you can't even say it.
Nope. Ba-derp. Cleef is having a heated conversation with Mayor Chumpcheck. The two of them are talking about a millwright that has gone into the Elven Haunt Forest, and they're talking about the ramifications of this town. What is fucking clicking?
That dog's growling at me.
My dog's in heat.
Wow. He was like humping your fucking leg, Brudnir.
Yeah. My charisma check off.
As Cleef sees you walk into the bar, it is actually, we're going to start with Pete this round because that's what we have to do. Clunge, what are you doing when you come to the bar? You see this heated conversation. You're just going to...
He's going to sort of sidle over to the bar, but at the same time, sort of to buy a beer, but at the same time, he's going to sort of earwig what's going on.
Okay. You saddle up to the bar over here and you talk to the bartender, Fat Mar. Now, Fat Mar looks at you. He's like, what do you want? Huh? Can I get you some ale?
Yeah, get me some ale. What's going on? There's a bit of a locomotion going on here. What's going on?
Because he doesn't know you, even though you came in with the other ones, he looks at you. He's like, a bit of down problems. Turns out that one of these fucking fools, these insufferable fools, has gone into the Elven Haunt Forest where he should not be. We have, the town has had an agreement with these elves from Green Hill for many a century back in the day, before the times of New Haven when we first started. And it turns out that one of these blusterous fools has wandered off in there. I think we don't know if he's trying to chop down some wood, but we did find some. And Brother Cleef, so he figures out what's going on, right? Like he hears Fat Mar talking to you. So Cleef comes over. And he tells you that this one of the lumber mill guys. There's a local lumber guy, and he looks over at Brudnir, and he sees Brudnir. He's like, it's a good thing you're here, friend. This pertains to you and your employee. It appears that the man that you left in charge, and Brother Cleef is an older gentleman, and he talks really slow. He's trying to get the words out. He's like, Fat Mar, I'll take it from here. It appears that the man that you have hired to run your lumber mill in your absence has made a foolish and grave mistake. You see, Brudnir, we had a deal in which we would buy lumber from you in order to repair the church of the Kelemverites. And in doing so, we sent one of our apostates, one of the young apostle, to go to your lumber mill in the outskirts of town. He pauses for a moment. It turns out that when he went there, the place was bare. There was nothing there. There was not a person to be seen. So, upon some searching and further inspection, it turns out that we found some information laying on a table inside the place where he stays. He talks like unbearably slow. So we went to pay him a visit as per our deal for purchasing lumber. But he was not home. He was not at the mill, but we did find some of his possessions inside, including this. And he holds out this piece of parchment and hands it to you. We found this in the workplace, in the office. And he hands you what appears to be a map. It has some vague notes on it as you look at it. But this map has an area called the Elven Haunt. It's got a circle around a place called Green Hall. he holds it out to you. He's like, I know that you're new to town, that you have not been here for very long. You came seeking fame and fortune and, to put down roots in New Haven, and perhaps you do not know its history. But in the beginning times, the town of New Haven was under attack from nearby orcs and, trolls and all of the baddies that live in the forest. And in our haste, we made a deal with the Fae of the Elven Haunt Forest. We asked for their protection, and we had struck an agreement with them that we would not cut down any of the trees in the Elven Haunt Forest. We would stick to ourselves, and they would stick to their own kind. So we sealed a pact with the elves of the Elven Haunt Forest, those particularly in the settlement called Greenhall. So Greenhall is an ancient elven city inside the Elven Haunt Forest. It appears that this foolish man that you hired to run your lumber mill has taken it upon himself to enter the Elven Haunt Forest, and we're not quite sure for what. But we've decided to send a party to go after him in the hopes of catching. The guy's name is Halvin, by the way. I'm just going to use the name in the deal here. We sent some of the villagers, took it upon themselves to go into the Elven Haunt Forest in the hopes that they could retrieve Halvin before the Fae caught wind of his trespass. Because we have a shaky truce at best with the Fae, they decided that hopefully we could retrieve him from the Elven Haunt before any harm was done. So a group of them sought out the services of a local half-elf ranger whose name is Ceralis Greenleaf. He lives on the outskirts of town towards the Elven Haunt Forest, and Ceralis is having no place, being half-elf and half-human. He could not reside in the town of Greenhill, but they do suffer his presence. They give him some sway because he is half-elf, but they will not suffer a half-human to live in the elven town of Greenhall with him. So the citizens of the town decided that they would pay this Ceralis Greenleaf a visit and ask for his assistance in leading them into the Elven Haunt Forest in search of Halvin, the man that you have hired to run your lumber mill. I'm trying to make this very clear. That was a day or so after you left, so that they have now been gone for roughly 5-6 days. One of the patrons as you're talking, this drunk guy. I think I'm gonna bust out the town drunk again. Where is he? Paper Forge.
Eric, come back.
It is not Eric, but there is another drunk that is here. Where is my town drunkard, Minnie? I should call it town drunkard. Never mind. Is it drunk? Is that what I call him? Yeah, drunk townsfolk. Woohoo! Scutaboosh. Here he appears. He's sitting over here by the bar, and he's obviously he's drunk, but he stands up. He's like, yeah, it was probably them damn fairies that killed my cows. Damn their eyes, damn their wings. And everybody kind of looks at him like, shut up, you idiot, kind of a thing. They pay him no mind. Some of the townsfolk they kind of shush him and whatnot. But he's like, you're not be shushing me. Some of me prized cows have been killed, gutted, bits of their flesh torn off. Who's gonna pay for that? Huh? Damn them Fae, damn them all to hell, he says as he sort of sits in the back of this room. And then everyone just basically sort of shuns him a little bit. As you guys are hanging out listening to this tale of woe and, the story of what's been happening in the town of New Haven since you've been gone, you hear or see a lady from the town comes flying into the bar, and she's screaming. She says as she runs in the door, she's like, they know what we did. And she sort of faints at the front door. And as she's sort of swooning to the ground, she points out down the street. She's like, they know what we did. And she falls to the ground, and she's just sort of weeping as she, pretends to be sort of faint and passed out. What are you going to do there, Pete? This is what's going on. Actually, I want to wrap this up because it is 10 o'clock. So let's just say that the lot of you as a collective group walk to the entranceway of the Ruby Arrow. And as you look down the street, you can see that there is a man hanging from the side of the Red Plumes building on like a makeshift post kind of a thing outside. As you approach, you see that his eyes have been gouged out of his head, and in their place is 2 stones stuffed in his empty eye sockets. In his chest is what looks to be like a black rock, like a black garnet bone pin, and there's a note attached to his chest. And it's attached via this pin that has been crammed into his chest, like right into his body. And he's just hanging there. But you can tell as you approach, he's still lightly breathing a little bit. He's gasping and wheezing as blood pours out of his mouth. And we're going to end it there. Because it is 10 o'clock. So, fuck this place. It's bullshit and I'm out of here. I'm shutting down the stream because we're going to call her done there.
Gary, would I have had any chance at all before all this happened to talk to Chump Check at all?
Well, he's right here. And I guess really essentially no, but what do you want to know? You can talk to him right now.
I'd remember the shop I was trying to open?
Mm-hmm.
I did a good check with him last time, and he was looking into it, either buying one someone was selling or building a new one. I wanted it in town, or a Fletcher shop with my home, like a 2-story or a basement with a, I want to open up a home where I could, set a shop where I could have my home at the same time in it, and a Boyer Fletcher shop. So I'd gotten on with him, and I was supposed to procure funds. I have some money. I don't know how long he's gotten, how far ahead he's gotten along with the deal we made.
Okay, I believe that there is an empty building back here that we haven't called anything. Right up against the shore.
Hold on a second here. Can you put an arrow to it? Oh, that one there.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's right off the water.
It's a home with no name. You got a name you want to call your new building? Your shop?
I guess I'm trying to think of a good name. Let me work on it. I'll think about it for next time. I don't want to make a shitty name and then rue it. So basically going to be
we're all
Boyer Fletcher
anyways, right?
I know. It's going to be basically a shop for bows and arrows, simple things, and woodworking. And he'll have his I guess the upstairs will be the attic or whatever will be his personal quarters, and the ground floor will be the shop itself. And I don't know if there's anything like a finished basement. There probably isn't. So I'll just lumber slumber. All right. Leave it like that for now, and I'll change it after.
Wow.
Cool.
Thanks, Dreamhouse.
Okay, so we'll pick this up in 2 weeks. You guys will be able to, or we're going to start it off with you guys doing a little bit of reconnaissance work on the dead guy that's hanging from the pole outside of the town of New Haven.
All righty.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks, gentlemen and ladies. That's Pete and Vay.